Many places in Tianjin caught fire simultaneously, including a 27-story tower, which was nearly engulfed in flames. A Chinese man speaks out the truth. Chinese people are treated worse than Africans. Report: China Telecom has sold 80 million mobile phone numbers to foreign telecom scam syndicates. Local governments owe 1 to 2 billion yuan to numerous private housing companies in China. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Many places in Tianjin caught fire simultaneously, including a 27-story tower, which was nearly engulfed in flames. On August 22, videos capturing the inferno circulated widely on mainland networks, vividly depicting the conflagration at an office building near Heguangxi subway station in Nankai District, Tianjin. The scene was marred by billowing, dense smoke, periodically accompanied by falling debris from the building. The side of the building was engulfed in a sea of flames that occasionally sent tongues of fire shooting outward. Eyewitnesses have attested to the intense nature of the fire, accentuated by the towering height of the building. Given the swift escalation of events, concerns have been raised that numerous occupants might not have had ample time to evacuate, potentially leading to substantial casualties. As the present moment stands, critical information regarding the origin of the fire and the extent of its toll remains undisclosed. According to a report from Dafeng News, a Huaxiang Daily subsidiary, local businesses disclosed that the fire likely ignited around 1 or 2 p.m., and by approximately 3 p.m., it was largely brought under control. Some people who were working in the building said that when they heard the call to evacuate from outside, a puff of thick smoke rushed to the door, and they escaped from the flames at the moment of life and death. Following the outbreak of the fire, neighboring businesses underwent evacuation measures, and both the site and adjacent roads were sealed off. As a result, it appears unlikely that these establishments will be accessible to the public for the remainder of the evening. The incident has captured considerable attention across mainland China's online landscape, prompting numerous related discussions on Weibo. China Fire Services confirmed the occurrence of the fire at the Xintiandi building, an office tower with 27 floors above ground and 2 basement levels. According to publicly accessible information, the Xintiandi building is located at 345 Nanjing Road in Tianjin's Nankai District, near the Haiguang Temple subway station. The building, which was completed in 2009, serves as an integrated commercial and office center. In addition, a disturbing discovery was made according to a NetEase article: Tianjin saw many simultaneous fire breakouts. In addition to the Xintiandi building, other fires occurred in a warehouse close to Ziyuewi as well as in residential communities near Luoning City and Times Digital Plaza. A Chinese man speaks out the truth: Chinese people are treated worse than Africans. In a recent online video shared on Twitter on August 22, a Chinese man voiced his frustration, pointing out that the Chinese people are being treated worse than Africans, referencing historical instances of property confiscation. In the video, a man wearing a beige hat says that his father did not dare to speak out when his property was confiscated. According to the man, after the CCP launched several campaigns to suppress counter-revolutionaries like the Four Cleanups movement and the Cultural Revolution, the common people were gripped by fear and refrained from expressing dissent. The centralized power of the CCP allowed it to act with impunity, disregarding the people's voices. The uncle said, "We are governed by one party. We will satisfy you, the CCP, whatever you want, or we will die. Many people died in our party, the Cultural Revolution killed them." The uncle also said that you, the CCP, are simply unreasonable. Where do you put the interests of the common people? It is worse than that of Africans. The uncle finally said, "African people still come first, and we, the real Chinese, have no first place." Furthermore, the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, has been accused of distributing tremendous funds overseas while neglecting the concerns of its citizens and its interests. For instance, Chinese authorities have extended assistance to primary school students across 7 nations by offering free brunches or nutrition packs. This initiative, launched on August 24, 2020 aligns with China's commitment to the Belt and Road Initiative and the vision of creating a harmonious global community. The China Foundation for Poverty Alleviation, through its dedication to borderless compassion, has embarked on poverty alleviation cooperation rooted in cultural exchange. Notably, the China Foundation for Poverty Alleviation began offering complimentary meals to 11,483 disadvantaged students across 52 Ethiopian schools as early as 2015. China's International Love Package project, which commenced its pilot phase in 2018, has set an ambitious target to distribute 1 million love packages across countries along the Belt and Road Initiative within 3 years. These packages are aimed at benefiting 1 million underprivileged primary school students in countries such as Myanmar, Nepal, Cambodia, Mongolia, Namibia, Uganda, and Ethiopia. For instance, in Myanmar, impoverished children will receive annual nutritional support worth $300 per person, covering essentials like milk, flour, and high-energy foods. This expansive project, with a total budget of $300 million, is a collaborative endeavor between the China Foundation for Poverty Alleviation and the Red Cross Society of China. While impoverished children in Myanmar benefit from nourishment packages supported by Chinese authorities, their counterparts in China's mountainous regions experience a starkly different reality. Reports indicate that school meals for these children consist of just a spoonful of rice and a spoonful of soup, often without the addition of milk. A contrasting video circulated online showcases students in Tianjin queuing for what might not even be free school meals. Each student receives a meager portion of white rice and soup. This disparity has prompted some netizens to comment candidly, highlighting the stark conditions these Chinese children face. Comparisons have even been drawn, with some saying, living like animals, even African children live better than this, and asking, were these kids eating grass daily before rising from poverty? Such dire circumstances for these poor children. In the remote mountain regions of China, instant noodles emerge as a prevalent sustenance choice for children. Visual evidence captures the scene of youngsters, aged around 5 or 6, huddled in a time-worn dwelling, tending to a large pot of boiling instant noodles over an open flame kindled by a stack of firewood. These children, leading a life characterized by deprivation, have not experienced the simple joys of milk or playthings. A separate video sheds light on an elderly woman and a young boy sharing a dilapidated abode in Tianjin. Within the video, a visiting woman's tears reflect the heartrending circumstances as the boy and his grandmother support one another. Bereaved by his mother and with a father working elsewhere, the 4-year-old boy still struggles to speak. A poignant statement underscores his plight: this child has never tasted milk or engaged with toys. According to an archived article from China Digital Times, which was removed in 2020, the aid data platform serves as a comprehensive data project that catalogs foreign aid contributions from nations worldwide. Within this ambit, information gleaned from the database spanning 2000 to 2014 reveals China's engagement, wherein it extended economic assistance and loans to 140 countries. This collective endeavor amassed a total value of $362 billion, or approximately 2.45 trillion yuan. These statistics are extracted from a variety of credible sources accessible on the World Wide Web. Over the last 4 years, China has channeled a substantial 6.365 trillion yuan, about $877.1 billion, towards its foreign aid endeavors. To provide perspective, were this sum to be equally divided among the nation's 3,000 listed companies, each entity would stand to receive a notable 2 billion yuan. Were these funds to be directed as loans to domestic small and micro enterprises, the financial predicaments of all 10 million enterprises falling into this category could be comprehensively alleviated, with an average disbursement of 600,000 yuan per company. Another plausible route for utilization lies in the domain of agriculture, rural areas, and farmers. Through such an approach, the ambitious goal of elevating all 100 million farmers to a state of relative affluence could be achieved in a single stroke, amounting to an average of 60,000 yuan per household. An alternate distribution strategy involves an even dispersion of funds among the populace, resulting in a per-person allocation of nearly 4,400 yuan. Report: China Telecom has sold 80 million mobile phone numbers to foreign telecom scam syndicates. According to recent reports from China's state broadcaster, CCTV, these overseas fraud groups collaborated with individuals referred to as inside ghosts within China Telecom. This collaboration allowed them to illicitly obtain a significant quantity of mobile numbers from branches located in Fujian, Hunan, Jilin, and Jiangsu provinces. The inside ghosts supposedly engaged in the unauthorized registration of fake WeChat accounts within the company's telecommunications systems, subsequently selling these accounts to foreign telecom scam syndicates. Notably, the Jilin branch of China Telecom alone is said to have provided the aforementioned 80 million mobile phone numbers. A noteworthy development involves the detection of one such inside ghost affiliated with the Jilin branch. The apprehension took place in Zibo, Shandong Province. On August 22, an article on the NetEase platform questioned whether local law enforcement in Jilin was aware of this matter. The article, titled "One Word, Two Shots," raises inquiries into whether the Jilin police knew about the inside ghost activities. The article further ponders whether the lack of action was a result of deliberate ignorance or a choice to remain uninformed. It suggests potential reasons behind this lack of action, such as unspoken challenges faced by the authorities or a reluctance to invest substantial time and effort into addressing the issue. Moreover, the article also draws attention to a seemingly contradictory development. Specifically, on July 25, an intercity cooperation memorandum was signed between Jilin City and Myanmar, focusing on the promotion of mutual tourism destinations. This collaboration led to the establishment of the Jilin City Foreign Friendship Association and its counterpart in Myanmar. This move by Jilin City appears surprising in light of the prevalent fraudulent activities in northern Myanmar. The revelation of inner ghosts within China Telecom engaging in the sale of mobile phone numbers has triggered widespread concern, shedding light on the intricacies of the CCP's real-name mobile phone system. Lao Dongyan, a distinguished professor and doctoral mentor at Tsinghua University's law school, took to Weibo to express his perspective. Verified reports confirmed that the Jilin Telecom branch alone supplied over 80 million mobile phone numbers to overseas fraudulent entities. The biggest shortcoming of the internet is human nature, so be careful. Safeguarding against internal threats proves arduous. When the real-name protocol intersects with insider involvement, the potential outcomes are easy to fathom. One online user contributed, "Professor, this issue is less about human nature and more about the capricious exercise of power." While private companies also engage in data resale, their actions are less rampant. Their temperance stems from their fear of accountability. If those in power receive the same punishment, they will be much more afraid. Different voices emerged from netizens, underscoring their perspectives. Real-name authentication exposes us in a vulnerable manner as we comply with the stipulations, yet our information security remains unguarded. Just last year, insider ghosts directly sold 20 million Shanghai nucleic acid code records. On the dark web, authentic personal information can be procured for $200,000. However, both Professor Lao Dongyan's blog post and the netizens' comments were subsequently removed. Local governments owe 1 to 2 billion yuan to numerous private housing companies in China. A recent report by EconomicObserver.com sheds light on a senior executive from a Zhengzhou-based real estate firm who revealed that as of August 20, various districts and counties within Zhengzhou City have issued formal requests to complete a government arrears statistical form. This form entails a detailed breakdown, including entity names, overdue amounts, repayments made, outstanding balances, project company names, payment categorizations, and more. Leaders of several regional private real estate entities emphasized that their city-level governments have accumulated arrears ranging from 1 to 2 billion yuan, $137.8 million to $275.6 million. These outstanding sums primarily encompass commitments related to land transfer fee reimbursements, land appreciation tax concessions, deposits for resettlement housing construction, primary-level land consolidation, prepayments, and similar obligations. Notably, This issue extends beyond real estate firms alone. Since July, following a symposium organized by the Ministry of Housing and Urban-Rural Development of the CCP and several first-tier city administrations to assess corporate operational status, a plethora of enterprises encompassing consumer-oriented firms and construction companies have reported instances of pending dues owed by local governments. Over the past year, several real estate entities have been employing diverse strategies to prompt local administrations to promptly settle these outstanding dues. The urgency stems from the need to alleviate liquidity strain and ensure the timely completion of construction projects. First Finance and Economics underscored in a June report that a combination of factors, including the pandemic's impact, economic sluggishness, tax reductions, fee waivers, and a slowdown in the real estate sector, have contributed to the current economic landscape. According to official sources and data from the securities industry, the initial 5 months of this year witnessed a total issuance of 3.5 trillion yuan, about $482.3 billion, in bonds by local governments affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. This marked a 6.6% surge compared to the same period the previous year, constituting a notable 47% increase. Essence Securities Research Center's records reveal that the January to May timeframe of this year saw over 200 billion yuan, about $27.56 billion, worth of local bonds being issued, with Guangdong, Shandong, Jiangsu, Sichuan, and Hebei emerging as the most active provinces in this regard. This development underscores that it's not only financially strained provinces and cities in China that resort to bond borrowing to raise funds, but also economically prosperous regions that find it necessary to augment their bond issuance to grapple with challenges. In a backdrop of feeble income growth, the outlay for essential expenditures is on the rise, further accentuating the incongruity between fiscal revenue and spending. Consequently, borrowing has witnessed a rapid escalation. Don't forget to comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.